Nessa girl, in the good words of my sister Nikki Giovanni, and the tears from my birth pains created the Nile. Eva crying because she about to give birth, and NeNe crying because she birthing bullshit. Let's talk about it. Nessa girl, did you get into this last Sunday's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta? The episode started out with a montage of Cynthia and NeNe's friendship that left me feeling real nostalgic based. I want that old thing back. When the ladies was having fun and carrying on, quiet as it's kept. And I know I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this. I miss Kim ass. I've always said I miss NeNe and Kim, and that there was a spinoff to be had between NeNe and Kim, that both of them done fucked up. Yes, we could make $1 million together, but it feel better split in 5. And I wish that they would have, that would have been realized. And you know what? There just may be hope. That may be both of their last hoorah, just like Beyonce reuniting with Destiny's Child. It's that one last wild card that she got. That Kim and NeNe spinoff could be that one last wild card that both of them help us have when when this shit start to fizzle out. Nevertheless, I miss Cynthia and NeNe's old friendship, and I hate to see that the friendship has gotten to the point in which it has gotten, and that's what that montage has showed us. So the episode opens up with Marlo coming into NeNe's store looking fabulous as usual. They get in NeNe's Rolls Royce and talk about how she's gonna meet up with Cynthia because Cynthia had sent NeNe a bottle of wine, and it was good to see that NeNe was receptive to going to lunch or dinner with Cynthia. But see, here's the thing that's got me confused and a lot of the viewers confused, particularly on NeNe's behalf. On one token is screw them, I don't have time, I don't care, they're hating, they're jealous of me, I'm the OG, I don't have time for those girls. And on this side, it's, I'm willing to reconcile. I miss things. I don't understand how it got this way. I want things back. And it's like, which one is it? Now listen, I'm going to give it to you from a psychological perspective. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't care who you are or what you say. Acceptance is part of our human experience. We all want to be accepted in our respective social groups. It is a biological need of ours. We are herd animals. Nobody is put on this earth to be solitary and in solitude and by themselves and imprisoned in loneliness. Okay, we are all meant to be a part of a group. So we all want to be accepted in one way or another. The issue is many of us want acceptance from the wrong group of people or whatever the case may be. I say all that to say, in a perfect situation, NeNe wants to be a part of the group. She does. Just so much has transpired. I don't know that she knows how to, or that the group knows how to healthily participate with NeNe being involved. And that's what they all have got to figure out. And it's going to take a level of introspection and honesty that a lot of people are not mature enough to conduct in order to make that happen. But I do like the fact that NeNe and Cynthia are at least trying, because there was a real sisterhood there. So Cynthia come over around Kenya's house or whatever. Kenya was over there cooking. Y'all catch her. She said Mark left early. You know what I'm saying? First of all, baby, what I got between my legs is the goodness. It make the men's leave late. What Kenya got over there between her legs make the men's leave early. No God, honey. She said she left early. So Cynthia came over before the lady was cooking dinner. And she said, well, do you want to stay for dinner? Cynthia said, well, we'll have to see, honey, because this shit, what I got to say to you might send this shit left. And her Kenya said she gonna put an extra placemat down or whatever, just in case. I'm glad Cynthia stayed, and Cynthia is so much better than me when it comes to her temperament, because she did not give Kenya the business the way Kenya deserved it. Kenya's rebuttal to Cynthia saying she threw her up under the bus was simply, well, I didn't like the fact that you had put Tanya up on game first, so that's why I did what I did. Loosely translated, I lied on you because I was mad. Kenya told that lady that Cynthia brought the cookie lady to the thing on purpose to get this information, which was a lie. And Kenya felt it was fair to do that because Cynthia put her up on game. Like, that logic, I just don't understand that crazy psychotic logic. And Cynthia, you are better than me because that rushed ass apology. Well, you know what? I am sorry for doing that. You know what I want Bravo to do? I want Bravo every season to just run a running tally of how many times each girl says, I'm sorry. And y'all, you know, I had a conversation with a friend the other night down to the bar. And I am here to tell you, at 36 years old, I don't accept I'm sorry. It just, the quickest way for me to lose respect for you is to come at me with this I'm sorry shit. I just feel like we're at the age, and they're damn sure at the age, where certain things you just don't do. And I don't like the fact that people do things under the guise of, I'll just apologize and it'll be okay. That don't work with me, because you'll apologize to me, I'll accept your bullshit as apology and won't be your friend no more. And it's just that simple. Nevertheless, that shit wasn't cool. So we get on to the real shit. NeNe gets to Cynthia's wine cellar and they sit down and get ready to talk. And everything is going well in the beginning of the conversation. Then we get to the point where NeNe does not want to take any accountability for anything. Now let me tell you something. I identify with NeNe a lot in the sense of being in friendship groups where you have a very strong personality that oftentimes people view you as so strong that they can say and do things to you and don't expect you to be hurt, but you do and give them the same energy, and all of a sudden it's like you dropped an atomic bomb on them. I do see how that happens to NeNe a lot in this friend group, but I think the part that NeNe's got to understand is that because her energy and her personality is so big, something coming from her that seems relatively minuscule is very heavy to other ladies who don't have the same energy or the same level of force in life, or however it is you need to word it. NeNe is like a big dog that doesn't understand their strength. They want to jump all over you, play, and don't know that they're hurting you. And she's got to kind of taper that and realize, moreover, and I hate for this video to be like I'm coming down on NeNe, but coupled with everything that we know that's going on in the background, them trying to phase folks out over at Bravo, them cutting her out of scenes, the other ladies carrying on without NeNe, this whole situation, this whole episode felt like one big apology tour. And I'm going to tell you something. We learned from the white woman that tears is the ultimate currency to buy what it is you want out of people. That don't always work for the black woman per se. For a slight moment when NeNe went outside and there were some tracks from her tears in her makeup, I fell for it. I said, you know, Q, this is a lady that is hurting. You know, there's some sort of internal conflict going on. Then something said, hold on, daughter. We seen this before. You know, the last time she had some bad behavior, it was because Greg had cancer. The time before that is because she was going through a divorce. There's always a justification as to why NeNe exemplifies some of this bad behavior. And at this point, I'm like, it's bullshit. We've been there before. And then the thing that really made it bullshit for me is when NeNe went from crying to having an asthma attack. And you just don't know how hard it is. And see, I'm going to need the tears to flow at the same rate of the heavy breathing. Something about her medical tear production to breath heart rate ratio was off. It was you know, the chest was pumping and the air was flowing, but the tear ducts wasn't pumping. The tears wasn't flowing. And I was just like, this feels like a bunch of bullshit. What it felt like to me was Cynthia was on camera. She closed you, backed you into a corner with a bunch of uncomfortable emotions that you were unready to face or ill-equipped to deal with, and so you retreated for cover. You went outside and you said, you know what? I can't take Cynthia forcing me to be accountable, so I'm going to cry my way out of it. I am so overwhelmed with uncomfortable emotions. I've got to make this stop. And here's the learning lesson for everybody, and this is something that I've learned through therapy. When you feel you're most uncomfortable, that is not the time for you to run. That's the time for you to lean in. You are on the break. You are on the cusp of a breakthrough when you are at your most uncomfortable. And therapy taught me that. And I'm going to tell y'all therapy taught me that from the perspective of people leaning on alcohol to cope. You know what I'm saying? When you have uncomfortable emotions, you had a stressful day, whatever the case may be, the first thing people want to do is go grab a drink. And my therapist taught me that it's those times you have to replace those negative behaviors and actually lean in. You see what I'm saying? And deal with what it is that's going on, because if not, it will resurface and continue to create this vicious, unhealthy cycle. So that's what that was. And I wish NeNe would have leaned in that moment. But it is sad and pathetic that somebody who has built an entire brand on keeping it real and being the mouth of the South lacks the tools necessary to take an introspective look at her own self and keep it real. Because I keeps it real. Bloop, all of that right there. But you know what? We'll take what we can get, and I'll take the little baby steps that they got to at least get to a point where they could be cordial. Because that's the thing, right? If we're all one big friend group, we're going to all, obviously, by nature of what we do for a living, we're going to see each other again. At least let's make this a comfortable working environment for everybody. So, Marlo calls Portia to see how she's doing, see if she's going to the party, and Portia goes on this whole diatribe about how she not going. Now, mind you, y'all, I didn't watch the first half of the season, so I'm really lost as to why NeNe and Portia aren't really seeing eye to eye right now. Quite frankly, I don't care, because I'm so tired of they make up the breakup. You my big sister, I'm your little sister. I missed you so much. You didn't call me. Tears coming down, lashes coming off, bundles flying up. I'm just tired of all of it. That's why I'm not super duper torn about the fact that Bravo is around here demoting folks and shuffling shit around and letting people go across all the damn shows. And I'm not trying to talk nobody out their check. We all got to eat. But I'm talking about from an entertainment value. The shit has just gotten boring. I have said this for years. We have seen every configuration of drama with these women that is mathematically possible. That's why I actually love the fact, and I cannot believe what I'm about to say out my mouth, but I love the fact that Marlo is actually getting more camera time and they're getting a little more in depth with her story, because it gives us something fresh. Same thing with Tanya Sam. For those of y'all who don't know, Tanya was offered a peach. She opted to not sign the contract because the contract would have forced her to have to film 500 plus hours of the show, whereas being a friend of the show gives her a little more flexibility to do the things that she was doing before the show and still get, you know, a little something from the show and reap the benefits from the show. I mean, honestly and truthfully, as much camera time as Tanya and Marlo are both receiving, I view them as housewives. I don't view them. Shamia has showed up as a friend of the show this season. Miss Diane has showed up as a friend of the show. Lauren is a friend of the show. Tanya got a storyline. You know, Marlo got a little something going on in the mix or whatever the case may be, and it feels good. I'm not gonna lie. I bring us two new girls. Bring us two new girls. We need bring us two new younger bitches that's living fabulous. I want to see Two new girls. To be honest, I would love to see either Quad or Mariah make a jump from Married to Medicine to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I actually think I would probably like to see Mariah more so over there than Quad, only because Mariah's got the whole husband, kids situation, and she would fit in with those girls really good. I would like to see that. I wouldn't mind Giselle moving from Potomac and fool along with these girls down here because Jamal is here. She's spending a lot of time in Atlanta. That could be cute. I mean, just give us something. Give us something more. So at any rate, Portia says she ain't going to the damn party. She said that the invitation was aggressive, and it was passive aggressive as fuck, lying and pride. And it's so funny because people with their microaggressions, and I hate this, I call it playing on my intelligence. They do just enough for you to feel the sting, but not enough for you to front them about it, because if so, then you look petty and you look crazy. And that's what NeNe did. She threw subliminals, and then when you call her on it, she's like, what? That wasn't shade. It's the jungle party. Come on. Bitch, folks ain't crazy. Folks are not crazy. And I'm going to tell you something. You can tell that NeNe is feeling some downward pressure from somewhere, because she is going from circle to circle to circle to circle, from group to group to group to group, trying to make this shit right so she can get back in that sisterhood. That explanation that she gave Portia as she was talking about Portia, as Portia came up the stairs, you know, this is not no shade, this is not no negative, this is about entrepreneurial women, and I just love NeNe's vernacular. This is about entrepreneurial women. First of all, NeNe, if this was about entrepreneurial women who was all successful, I want to know what witness protection fish back there with that damn dark and lovely bob and them blue tinted shades on, what it is she is entrepreneurial and successful in. Because quiet as it's kept, it looked like you was with Usher Board number 3 singles ministry down from New Birth. Okay, that's what it looked like. You, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna do Usher Board number 3 like that. Bitch, you look like you was with the hospitality committee, okay? The ones that cook on Sunday and serve the dinners. And witness protection fish is the one who be at the cash register taking the money. Cause that's what that bang for, baby. That's a mathematical bang with a damn money counting glasses. I was like, witness protection fish was all in it, just all in the mix, or whatever the case may be. Quiet as it's kept, you should have went down to Swag and got her a new blouse and a new glasses before you brought that lady on TV and embarrassed her talking about she a successful entrepreneurial woman. Nevertheless, we welcome them, girl. And I'm with Candy. Candy was like, who are these ladies and what kind of brunch was this and what is the point of this brunch? And yes, NeNe, you didn't have no pamphlets, you didn't have no paperwork, you didn't have no agenda. What I saw was the church women meet the secular women for chips, dips, salsa, and drinks. Do Jesus. Nevertheless, they pull up, or whatever the case may be. Kenya asked, Kenya, I didn't know what that was about. On one token, I get it. How dare you invite me to some shit and you late? I could have supported Kenya 100% if she would have waited 20 minutes. Then you can officially say, NeNe is rude. How dare you invite me somewhere and you not here? Speaking of rude, NeNe, you were 2.5 hours late. Portia was 25 minutes later after that. You and Bravo was real messy for giving us the shot clock on that. And you got the nerve to say, as you talking about Portia and she's late. No, you were late. So late that Eva baby was early to make up for how late you was. Child, when Eva had them squatted down on them stairs, I said if the head of that baby pop out them coochie cutters or a whole bunch of melted jello colored juice shoot out this woman cooch and down these people's stairs, I'm going to be mad at Eva and mad for whoever got to clean this shit up. Then she had them got in Cynthia's car. And I'm going to tell you something. Let me back up. I love Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie said, get her to the hospital. She said she didn't want to go. Dr. Jackie, in a monotone manner, with no inflection in her voice, said that I'm just going to have to talk you through how to deliver her baby. What Dr. Jackie really was saying in such a classy manner was, I ain't finna argue with you. And you trying to create an option that don't exist. You got one or two things you could do in this moment. You can get her to the hospital to a medical professional, or I can walk you through how to birth this baby over the phone. What you want to do? That bitch got up from the table. She left them damn chips and got her ass in Cynthia's car and went down to the damn hospital. I guess next episode we'll figure out if she had a baby or not. And last but not least, as much as I talk shit and crack jokes about Marlo, and at this point, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all and with Marlo. It so isn't personal at this point. It's just cracking the jokes about Marlo is such an embedded part of the Dineva brand that I just keep it going because it's what's expected. When Marlo showed up at NeNe's party with that snake on, with the ponytail, with the earrings, I went up. Yes! First of all, I don't even know where Marlo found her clothes at, but more times than not, Marlo gets it right. And I'm going to tell y'all what I love about Marlo's style. Not only does she get the clothes part right, she gets the hair and accessories right. She always